Billy Godalming produced a captain's innings, surviving under pressure for nearly 5.5 hours to earn Derbyshire a draw on the last day of their LV County Championship match with Gloucestershire at the 3A County Ground. With day 3 a washout, there were some dealings to be done first thing, both sides declaring inside 14 overs to leave Derbyshire a target of 302 in 80 overs. And they got off to the worst possible start as Ben Slater was trapped in front second ball by David Payne. Chesley Hughes also nearly lost his wicket in the very first over of the chase, Payne starting brilliantly. Craig Miles did soon remove Hughes, who got a leading edge high to cover where Hamish Marshall held on to leave the home side in trouble on 22 for 2 in the 6th over. And when Payne cleaned up Tilakaratne Dilshan in the 11th over with a total on 35 for 3, Gloucestershire were in a wonderful position to avenge their defeat to Derbyshire earlier on this season. Godalming was at his blocking best, however, surviving until lunch and then looking to dig in further thereafter. Gloucestershire's attack were trying absolutely everything, and not everything quite went to plan, although they did have Derbyshire 4 down with 63 runs on the board when Scott Elston cut Payne to Benny Howell at point. Godalming knew that his side now had no chance of winning, so his wicket was a priceless one. He wasn't beaten like this too many times in an innings filled with concentration and defensive powers. He wasn't too bothered about scoring runs as the afternoon wore on, and even managed some when trying to leave the ball alone. For some while he received some excellent support from Shiv Thakur, who stuck with his captain until after tea, seeing out 2 hours and 33 overs in which he added 69 runs with Godalming, who remained obdurate throughout. But when Jack Taylor trapped Thakur in front for 43 with 26 overs of the match still remaining, there was life back in this game, Derbyshire now on 132 for 5. Miles was producing some very good aggression, and Harvey Hussain had to be at his watchful best. But when he played this ball from Liam Norwell back onto his stumps, the home team were back in bother on 143 for 6 with 21 overs of the game left. Had Matthew Critchley not survived this strong appeal for a leg before next ball, then the result may have turned out differently. But as it was, when he played on to Miles, 5 more overs had been taken out of the game, and Gloucestershire now had 17 left to try to find the final 3 wickets they required. Godalming was still there, and now being superbly backed up by Tony Palladino, he was able to reach a 50 off 177 deliveries. It was a magnificent, gritty performance from the 26-year-old, who was into the 6th hour of his innings by now, but still had some more work to do. Palladino stuck it out with him for 55 minutes, and by the time he was bowled by Taylor, the time was just about up. 2 overs were left, and who else but Godalming was there with his shutters up to save the day, ending on a 64 which used up 228 deliveries and 320 minutes. So Derbyshire ended on 189 for 8, with both sides having to settle for 8 points, with a lack of bonus points of course from Derbyshire's first innings, which was declared early. Both sides are now gaining distance between themselves and the top 2. Derbyshire next head to Canterbury from Sunday to take on Kent, while Gloucestershire will be looking to do the double against the runaway leaders Lancashire.